I guess the big question is what Kell Brook is going to show up. And that's what we're going to talk about right here on the Double RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A, for you new viewers, as we like to call them, the junkies, because this is aka a boxing junkie clinic. We talk about 1 through 15, all weight classes, trinket belts. So, quick little rundown. Welcome, sign in at the front desk when you want to, subscribe when you want to, come back, just support the show when you do. Let's talk about it. Let's do that. I'm gonna start off and say I do think this is a bad, not a bad matchup, a tough matchup. Not because it's Kell Brook, it's just because it is the style that I think troubles Crawford the most. That's why, for those who are already junkies and checked into this rehab, you know this was. I'm going to go on a limb and say this was the only boxing talking YouTube boxing, no, just boxing talk. Period. Professionalism, YouTube fans, junkies like myself, you and me. No one said anything about Crawford getting dropped. Mr.A predicted it. I just, from watching Crawford, as good as we know he is, his flaw, his weakness, is a strong boxer. Because it's the only thing that goes against what he is good at is his athleticism. This is the hardest word. Athleticism. You know, he's like, as much as you could, I guess you wouldn't say, you think Wilder is, but he just don't know how to box. Crawford knows how to box, and he's athletic. The only thing that can trouble that is someone who can box but can muscle an athletic guy. You know, make him bring out his flaw that he doesn't like. He's not as strong as you. He's better than you, but he's not as strong as you, and therefore that could do something. You know, and that's what Kavalasis was able to do. You notice in that fight, he was boxing basically glove for glove with Crawford. You know, and when he knocked him down, or so-called the punch, there was no in between punches or it was a lucky shot. No, they were standing there feinting, jiving for position, and then Kavlas just timed him and just went with it. You know, it was no time. It was I threw first. You didn't see it coming. It was straight ahead. Nothing, no deflections. He just overhand right him, bow, and like I said, and Kell Brook does have a hellified counter jab. You know, if we're just going to be in Crawford's shoes and predict Kell Brook, the Kell Brook we're given a shot to win, show up. You know, oh man, like I said, as far as boxing, these two guys, I can't say who I'm going to give an edge to in punch selection. I think in given the right time, both these guys throw the right punch. Jab, I think they both got a hellified jab. You know, I think they both change up speeds on the jab, power, footwork. I think is good. Crawford might be a little quicker in the legs, but as far as using the ring and doing what you got to do, Kell Brook showed he could do that shit in GGG. It just weight classes for a reason. And being that he took those two ass whoopings, how good is his surgically repaired Terminator face? He said steel plates with bone infusions over the plates. That sounds pretty damn legit. You know, that sounds like you could take a punch finally. You know, is it finally healed up right? Can he do it, or is it still Like, dude, you got metal under there. Eventually, you keep getting hit. It's gonna fuck up for 36 minutes. Then we have to reset it. Is this something that constantly has to be reset, or is he finally legit? So if he's finally legit, and he has the same punch selection, I give him the same ring IQ, the same punch selection. I give him it's the grit, it's the athleticism. God, I wish I could say that word better, but it's that. Can and will Crawford be able to take the advantage that he did with Kavaliauskas? He was able to push Kavaliauskas back, like in round 4. Once he started pushing Kavaliauskas back in round 4, Kavaliauskas couldn't fight going backwards. He just couldn't handle the hand speed of Crawford. The hand speed is what pushed him back. But will he be able to do that against Brook? Because Brook has better footwork than Kavaliauskas. I think he'd be able to turn and get out the way. Oh, man. And is Kell Brook much bigger than Kavaliauskas? You know? Must frame wise, I guess you might, I don't know, because he was able to push Kavaliauskas back, but Kavaliauskas knows how to fight. I mean, Kell Brook knows how to fight big better than I think Kavaliauskas. He knows how to do the grab game. How is Crawford going to do that? See, this is the key right here. This is the key factor to me in this fight. When it comes to the size, it's going to be the hand speed on the front foot of Crawford versus the strong-ass counter jab and be first jab. And when Kell Brook, we're all saying he's a big guy. And what if he implies that jab and grab? What if he implies that and tries to wear the smaller Crawford down? Like he does Sean Porter. Shut the attack down, wear him out. But in doing so, what if he builds a nice lead doing that, jumps up 4 or 5 rounds to 1, but in holding Crawford so much, what if he tires himself out and allows Crawford to eventually use his hand speed, push him back, fire off combinations? That's the one thing that's troubling my mind. Will Kell Brook's weight technique advantages that we've seen him do, will that backfire and tire himself out for the second half of the fight? Because Crawford's going to muscle and wrestle him down. Remember, Crawford's a wrestler, so he's going to welcome that inside grappling shit. He knows how to do something. No one's brung that up. No one's brung that up, how Crawford is into wrestling. So he might welcome that inside shit, that holding. Since I'm 50-50 on giving these guys anything, I lean towards, I want to say a draw. I really, like 98% want to say draw. But me being a junkie, an American junkie, a boxing junkie, American boxing junkie, let's talk that. Me being an American boxing junkie, I'm going to go with the 2%. I'm going to go with Crawford with a late. It's going to be the same thing as Spence, I think. You know, I was going to say basically the same thing. Kell Brook's going to jump out to an early lead, I believe, with the just what he is. I think his holding is going to backfire and allow Crawford back into the fight. Crawford's going to get a knockdown, and it's going to go to decision. I think it's going to be a draw, but I will lean towards just because I'm an American boxing junkie, we'll go keep the belt over here. Crawford by a majority decision. Thank you for your time and support. I am Mr. A, and this is the Ready Talk Boxing Show.